Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark spring movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark spring movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark spring movies. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
What up, kids?
Oh, boy.
Hello. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Tuesday episode of Deck the Hallmark. It is great to be here today. Dan, we had a great time yesterday with Alonzo, but it's always good to be joined in studio by Brian.
You know, we don't
featuring
see,
Brian.
Brian got what I think the kids call a job.
That's what they call it.
And we've not seen much of Brian.
No,
it
disappeared.
feels like it's like a guest appearance. I know for those of you listening, you're hearing him the same amount, but we got used to having him around, turning down lunches and pizza, and
turning the heat up.
Yeah, he just complaining
Saying
nonstop,
silly things
about the money he's making, and so now, like for us. It's just welcome back to the studio,
man.
buddy.
Yeah, it feels weird to be here. And honestly, it's a little. I can't wait to get out of here.
It's weird to be for you. I don't like it. I'll be back. I'll be honest.
It's nice.
true.
It has been a
Yeah,
while. All
it's
week
been
last
nice.
week, I was thinking. I
It's
can't
been
wait to get back
quieter.
in there. I
no
bet.
one complaining about the cold.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is
been
cold.
great.
It's still
It's been
chilly
great.
Yeah, there's
there.
been a lot less just complaining in general,
Yeah.
really, around the office.
I imagine.
Let's give you 10 seconds to complain about whatever you want to. Go ahead.
Anything.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. The camera's off, obviously, but that's more of a producer Aaron problem. The temperature not too bad. Can't really complain about that. The schedule we did go ahead of schedule, and it kind of threw me off a little bit.
He's mad that we're
There you
going
go.
early.
Yeah, fix
There
that
it is.
camera. That's better.
There we go.
There, now,
Perfect.
lock it in. It's
Father.tv/DTH.
Yeah.
Keep that the rest of the show. I think that's nice.
Just half
Yeah,
of
that
me.
green
I
bill.
got to earn the rest of it.
There he is.
Okay.
That
Not too
feels
much to
good.
complain about. It's great to be
Man,
here.
this is good stuff. If you're on Philo, you're getting a show right now. It's fantastic.
And I just want to let you know, Dan, I saw on the Facebook group, brainwellgymplus.com, you can sign up, join a group. We get to talk
Yeah,
to
we hang
people
out.
and do movie things. Like they talk about the movies when they air. We are not a part of those because we do the show.
We do the
That's
show.
our
That's right. We don't
contribution
look
to
at the chat.
But someone was talking about how much they look forward to Philo Deep Dive every week.
What, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You can find them on the Philo.
It's funny.
You know, occasionally people will tag me in the movie chats.
Yeah.
And I am always like, somebody tag me. And so I'll look and then I'll see something and I'm like, I can't be in this chat.
Yeah.
I can't be here. I got to go in. Contrary to popular belief, we try to go in these movies with no opinion
And no idea of what the movie's about.
to give it as much of a chance as possible, which we did that with this movie.
Yeah, we did. We went up to Niagara. We didn't know. I wish we would have done this episode from Niagara. Do
I'm
you
pretty
think
sure
that
it's
would have been a good
Niagara.
Niagara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's
Is there an
Niagara.
Rick-
accent in there somewhere?
Wrigley, you're in a past.
Hello there.
In a
I'm trying
past.
something new. How do you like
Just stand up.
I like that.
Just get up out of your chair.
I know
Yeah,
everybody. I know everybody knows your
Yeah.
origin story, but
Yes.
you did used to be second in command to the scripts spelling bee.
Yeah.
Before that other guy took
Full
over.
scripts. Yep.
Um,
So I started about Candy Co.
You
Candy
started
Co.
your
Spell
own?
Bee. Candy Co.
What?
Spell Bee. The Candy
Whoa.
Co. Spell Bee.
I didn't know. I
do
didn't know.
that.
I was
The Candy Co. Spell Bee.
What is that
Look
exactly?
it up. Look
So
it up.
humble.
It's a spelling bee, a lot like scripts.
Candy. How do you spell that?
Candy. Well, how do you spell candy? You dumb.
Is
A-
Candy
D-
Co. all one word, or is it Candy
Candy
Space Co?
space Co. Space
Candy Co.
Spell Bee.
Is that candy with an
Spell
I?
B.
Spell Bee. Yes. Candy Co. Spell Bee.
A lot of stuff comes up, so
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's in there.
There
Keep
you go.
looking. find it.
That's
We'll have to do that
exciting.
now when we're on the air.
Anyway,
Philo.tv/DTH.
Nigeria. What?
It's definitely not Nigeria.
Dan, what
That
did you
sounded
say?
Racist. Niagara, I believe, is what Dan said.
Dan, can you not speak for yourself?
Yeah, I can, Bran. I'm sorry.
That was
It's-
weird that
yeah,
he did that.
It's Niagara, is what I heard, not Niagara.
It's not Niagara? Hard
No,
G?
no,
on
no,
that?
not hard.
Soft G.
Soft
Rig,
G.
how is it pronounced? Because I said Niagara. I feel like I've heard that before, but I'm wrong a lot.
No, Niagara's a friend of mine. It's Niagara.
Thank
Dan's
you.
wrong. You're right there.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Wrigley.
Yeah, and that's Spellby, Spellby, Spellby. It's like the Candy Co. Spellby. Did you look that up?
SP. Give it to me one more.
Spellby.
BY.
Did you get Co?
Spellby.
Did you spell Co correctly?
Candyco.com. Yeah, it's right here.
The Candy Co. Spellby.
Does everybody get candy?
Yeah, they get that. They get a bag with
It's like a
candy and a
welcome
bunch
bag,
of stuff in
right.
there.
What kind of stuff?
My pants.
Kids?
It's not even.
Is it a kid's?
It's not even possible to put your pants in every kid's bag,
No,
or attendee,
wait a minute.
or attendee. I don't know.
It's an adult spelling bee.
It's an adult
Okay.
It's
sorry.
an adult
that
spelling
helps.
bee.
We
Yes.
should have started there.
We're talking about falling in love in Niagara.
Thanks for having me, Brent.
Thank you, Wrigley.
It's been
Love
a
you,
while.
buddy.
Thank you for having
Great
me. It's
to
good to
see
know
you.
I'm still welcome here on the pot.
What?
I'm out of here.
Really quickly, May's
It's a new thing he's trying. It's a new thing he's trying, I guess.
Rig. May's coming up. Any big events going on at Fitzy's this month?
Oh, there's always several good events coming on at Fitzy's. You know that. We got Human Darts, which is a classic, but that's our big
But
tournament.
any
is
special?
in
Any
May
special?
Madness. We got May Madness.
What's May Madness?
It's where you you ever played Mother May I, the game?
Of course.
All right. Well, you play that, but it's drinking.
Sounds mad.
All right.
Mad.
May Madness. Well, see you out there.
All right. Thank you, Deputy Thomas.
Getting up there, huh? Man.
Falling in
Elder
love.
Rig.
Is Rick gonna die before Deck the Hallmark's over? You never know. Nobody knows how old he is.
Falling in Love in Niagara, April 20th, 2024 is when it premiered, and it went a little something like this. So Madeline is a lot. She's very organized. She's also engaged and is working on planning her honeymoon to Niagara, just like her parents had their special time in Niagara.
Grandparents.
Great grandparents?
Just regular.
Just regular.
Just regular parents.
Just regular.
They're great. They were great, though.
Grandparents. You said her parents.
I wrote grandparents.
You did.
You just said her parents.
That's
We all popped up
Aaron,
at the same time.
you can confirm. I said what I
We can
Thought
take
I
it to the tape. You said parents.
You
You
did.
said parents. All three of us at the same
all right,
time.
let's take it to say her grandparents. I don't know how you guys. How'd you guys not hear
How
that?
did we miss that?
How'd you guys not hear that?
Yeah, you're right.
Skipped, yeah.
She calls up a tour guide company in Niagara to plan the whole thing, and it's Mike. Mike is on the phone and is clearly annoyed by how particular she is. You know who else is annoyed by Madeline? Her fiance. He's really had enough and calls off the wedding. She is real sad for 4 weeks. But after some convincing from her sister, they decide that they're going to go to Niagara together. This is already paid for.
Can't let that
You
go
don't want to
waste.
lose money
You're
on
not
this
gonna lose
deal.
money on that deal.
So they head over there, and she's walking around Niagara by herself, having some time with her thoughts, and she sees a guy playing guitar and kind of mumbling to himself. And so she goes to throw some coins in his coffee cup, assuming that it is a tip cup. It is not a tip cup. It's a full cup of coffee. It splashes coffee all over him. Oh my gosh. It's Mike, and he's like, WTF, man, I'm just playing. I just came here to be with myself and my songs in the privacy of this open
Niagara
park.
Falls Park. Yes.
What gives? And she's like, sorry, I thought you wanted money. I thought that's why you're here. So when she shows up for the tour that she paid for, she is shocked to find out that her tour guide is indeed Mike, the coffee guy with the guitar and the mumbling. It starts off, it's real rocky, but if you can believe it, they start to hit it off. He starts to help her break out of her box, believe in herself. They go zip lining. They go to Sky Wheel.
Ooh. Did he get tickets in advance though? Because those are tough to come by.
Last minute, baby. I know. And then they go karaoke.
Ooh.
And if karaoke doesn't lead you to take some sort of romantic walk and kiss, then I don't know what you're doing, because that's what happens to them. They kiss. It's magical. Niagara Falls, baby. It's time for Mike's open mic night. Now, what you need to know about this, it's big.
It's a big deal.
Because
Yeah.
he hasn't sung out loud since his
In
breakup.
front of others. I'm sure he sung out loud, right? No. He hasn't sung out loud.
No.
He's sung to himself.
Take it to the
Hallmark,
tape.
right?
What's he doing on the bench?
But he's not sung out loud. He's not heard his own voice in over 2 years.
What if it's bad now?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's nerve-wracking.
Anyway,
Real Bon Jovi situation. I don't know anything. I
now-
was just trying to start a rumor.
Usually when you have some insight, you say, I don't know anything.
That's right.
And that's how it starts.
It's a real Bon Jovi situation.
And he wrote this song
Joe.
all about Madeline.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty good song. Hopefully she makes
Jovi
it.
did?
Hopefully she makes it.
No. With his new
Mike.
voice,
Never.
Dude, that's crazy about his voice, man.
it's unbelievable.
You know, I don't know anything about it, but
No, I don't know
it's pretty
anything.
crazy.
Nothing.
Just before she's about to head out to the open mic night, her ex walks in and is like, let's go for a walk. So she bails on open mic. Boo. Leaving Mike open. I don't know. I couldn't quite get there. His name is Mike.
Yeah.
It's open mic.
You're
Leaves
gonna-
him-
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something
Yes,
there.
there
I
was-
think
it
we
was
could.
there.
I think what's
Together-
there is what you said.
Yeah, I
Leaving
think-
Mike open was you were 80% of the way there.
I know. So they're walking, her and her ex, whose name is.
He just took his heart
Jeremy?
right out of
Trevor?
took right out of his chest.
I think it's Jeremy. I'm gonna go with Jeremy. And
Open
Jeremy's like, "Hey, like I think
Open
we should
Jeremy.
get married. I miss you a lot." And so he gets down on his knee and proposes again, and she
in front of
says
the
yes.
falls. No,
in front of the falls, just
Yeah.
like her
Jason is the name.
grandparents. So it's pretty magical.
Produced by Aaron Schwartz.
It's pretty magical. Now,
Jason.
I said Jason.
said Jason.
No less than 30
did.
seconds
it's
ago.
Jeremy.
Bond.
He's definitely a Jeremy.
He's a Jeremy type.
told
He's
him.
a Jeremy type.
Yes.
They're looking for a Jeremy type.
Absolutely. Those eyes, though.
Oof.
Didn't marry him?
So she's gonna marry him, and they gotta leave tomorrow, though, which is a real bummer because she was invited to these randoms people's wedding,
Yeah,
and
that's a
like
bummer.
you don't want to let the randos down when they invite you to the wedding. But there's gonna be so many people there, though. So like, who's gonna miss
Who's
her?
gonna notice?
Who's gonna miss her? So Mike is real sad when he hears the news. What's the point of any of this? I wrote a song. And now it's, now Mike's
It's
open.
an origin
Left open
story
again.
for Papa
Left
Roach
open
last
again.
resort.
She's about to leave, and then she realizes that Jeremy's a real jerk, and
mean
breaks
Jason?
Jeremy
Yeah.
and breaks up with
AKA.
him again. So she runs in her heels, props by the way, to the wedding, and good thing she did because
No one.
with
was
her being there, there's now 5.
Yes.
in there, and that's good. Everyone knows you need at least 5.
At least 5.
So she, before the wedding actually happens, is like, "Hey, I think I'm falling for you," and he's like, "Dope. I think I'm falling for you. I also see that you're wearing that necklace I gave you." Now, the necklace is a clear circle, and inside of that is one of the coins.
Cannot lose.
Yeah, one of the coins from the first time they met.
That's right.
It's huge. It is. It is, as Jeremy said, tacky. But whatever. She's wearing it. She's like, "I'm falling for you." He's like, "That's pretty dope. Like, should we do this later because it's a wedding?" And they're like, "No,
No,
let's kiss now."
kiss now.
So they kiss, and everybody cheers them on. Once the wedding's done, they get out of there as fast as they can. They go down to the water. They get on a boat. Niagara Falls is happening. And now, cut to another open mic. And Mike is now open for business.
Nice.
Because he's in love. And he sings that song, and we get a montage of the movie that we just watched. And that, my friends, was Falling in Love in Niagara.
I just wrote down Love in Niagara.
Hello?
Not falling.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, are y'all doing this?
Let's like, we're doing
How
it.
about that?
We're doing
We
it.
got
Come
a
on,
quick
join
break.
us. Come on,
Come
join
on
us.
there, bro.
Yeah,
Join
come on,
us.
yeah, come on now.
Hey, kick us the break, Brian. Kick us the break.
Be right back here on
Dang
Dang
Hallmark. Voice. Yours was really like redneck.
Yeah, I mean, you throw twang on anything.
We weren't throwing 20.
Yeah.
I wasn't throwing 20.
Hi, everyone. We're back. We're
Oh.
talking about falling in love in Niagara. Let's get to it.
Oh, it is falling in love.
Yeah, I just had Love in Niagara.
I
written
have
down, but you
fallen
were-
in love in Niagara.
Y'all-
because
y'all-
Niagara Falls.
Try to keep up.
That's right.
You
It
know,
makes too much sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's break this movie down the only way we know how,
Yeah.
which is with the same 4 segments every single week. We're going to start with the hot take. It is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. The hot take. It is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie, and we do not hold back. And I'm going to start with Brian. Brian,
Yeah.
what did you think of Falling in Love in Niagara?
This movie, I had a fun time with this movie.
There it is.
I
Yep. Here we go.
I accidentally did look at the comments on our Facebook group
Accidentally? Did
because
you just fall into them?
I didn't read them. I was looking for one piece of information in particular. So I went in the comments to see if there was any chatter about it,
you.
and I saw there was a lot of chatter about this one thing. But in addition to that, I did see things that I was like, wow, all right, I guess I'm a little off here. I had a good time with this movie. There seemed to be like a lot of complaints about this movie, and
Brian, are you like on drugs?
What do you mean? You didn't
Dude,
think
we
this
have to
was
do a
fun time?
ranking episode this week.
Yeah.
Where would you have this movie?
At least upper middle.
Upper middle?
Yeah, top third.
Top
for
third?
me. Yeah, I thought they were great together.
Really?
Niagara, I thought they were really good. Niagara itself was great. I feel like it felt like a part of the movie, like a natural part of the movie. They did all the stuff, and you got to see a lot of it.
What do you mean did all the stuff?
Like
They
they got
just took the
soaking
boat
wet, the
down there.
boat, the
Yeah.
zip line. They walked along the path a lot.
Zip line.
They
Yes.
zip lined.
Thank you,
They
Brian.
did zip line.
They did zip
They
line.
had the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
To look at it.
They got soaking wet a few times, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yep.
The homelessness, while not funny, the bit they did was pretty funny, I thought, with the coin and him being on the bench, and it's not my bench. I thought that was pretty funny. So I was glad they shoehorned that one in.
They did what to that one?
They shoehorned that thing in.
Okay, I didn't hear horned. I thought you said shoehorned.
No,
they shoehorned it in there. I'm like,
They also shoehorned it.
they
And hung
shoehorned it. Yes.
They shoehorned that one right in there.
right.
Mike's open.
Mike's
Mics were
open,
wide
yes.
open. The big thing about it, and this is what I saw in the Facebook group, was the color of the shirts and the color of the background and the accessory colors. It was driving me nuts. What was the deal with the color? Did you guys notice this while you were watching it?
Yeah, no.
Expound a little bit on what
The
you mean.
blue and the
Okay.
yellow and the orange and the red, and they're all solid colors.
Okay.
And every scene had blue and yellow, which I have a theory on this. Almost every scene had blue and yellow. Every scene seemed to have it would progress from yellow to orange to red.
I thought they were trying to hide the fact that it was clearly autumn in Canada with bright colors to make it a spring movie. I also thought the movie was clearly sponsored by no one because everyone's
Yeah.
just wearing solid,
100%.
I get it. I wear solid colors every day. I'm not here to judge. But for every character in every scene to be in solid blue or yellow,
Yeah.
not even a pattern anywhere.
Not
was
a pattern.
Weird. It was like they were in a
so
cult.
weird. It was
What's
so
crazy
weird.
though is you read that word for word from the first movie review of a non-black and white movie. What's up with all the colors?
That's right. Yeah.
There's
Can you
too
believe
many
that?
colors.
I'm glad you
There's
picked
too
up on
many-
that.
I mean, I love
There's-
the movie, but
Yeah,
miss
what's
my,
up with it?
miss
Yeah,
my
miss
being dumb.
It's my black and white.
Ooh, easy on the eyes. So that was just a big, it was a distraction because I'm like, what is the deal with this? What is going on here? So like I said, I have a theory. It's in my What the Hallmark. We'll get to that. So yeah, I had a good time with this overall.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool,
Listen.
dude. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so
thank
happy
you,
for
man.
you.
This
So
movie,
happy that you're
love you so
here
much.
and a contributor. Love you so much.
this movie isn't going to win any good awards.
That's meaner than anything I'll say about the movie.
It's also I'm not gonna there are some things about this movie that I will remember. I do think that you're right. Niagara Falls is great. Is it the best Falls?
No,
No,
that's
we
second.
all know
yeah,
this.
Falls Park Green.
Oh, go over to Dan's cam real quick. Look
there
at
it
that.
is.
Oh, you can't really see it.
Can't really see it.
But imagine there's
Imagine
the
if we
bridge.
expand
The
it
bridge up
out.
there. You walk
The
you
falls are
walk the
underneath
bridge up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's just it's a
and then
great
just
Christmas
kind of
tree.
tilt up. Just move the whole tripod up.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
Look at that bridge.
Imagine
That
a
pedestrian.
waterfall right there.
There's a waterfall in the
And
background.
that's in the middle of downtown.
Yeah.
That's in the middle of downtown.
I
gotta
mean,
be
Main
honest.
Street all around it.
Philo's getting a show today.
Philo's
The
getting
camera's good.
Camera's
the camera's
good.
literally
Well,
never
I guess
been
that's-
better.
I guess
Camera's
Philo's
never
getting
been
the
better.
same show they always do. Viewers are getting more of a show today. I think is what you're trying to say.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Viewers that are watching on
Yes,
Philo exclusively.
Of course. Oh, it's right there. Look at that. Could have just gone to.
Could have
Brian.
just done that. Wow. Got,
Well, you really did. We were really in there.
Yeah,
There we
there.
go.
Perfect.
I didn't necessarily this movie isn't a movie that I am
Going to watch again.
trying to watch again, and it's not like when we do the review show. There are movies that are that have come out this year that I've liked less that I've enjoyed less.
Yeah, we had Jane Austen. That's
right,
not
that's
fair.
exactly right. So that's this. But this movie is just so unremarkable and so kind of middle of the pack that I'm just gonna forget about it. And so that's unfortunate. I didn't dislike the two leads. I thought that they were okay together. But overall, not going to win any good awards.
Not going to win any good awards.
Not going to win any good awards.
TM.
Dan?
TM. I like Dan Janot and Jocelyn Houdon. I do. I like both of them. And we've had one of them on the show. Would love to have the other. These are two capable people that have decent chemistry. We got that out of the way. This is one of the worst of the year.
Man.
It is really bad. Everyone that's not those two, it feels like a struggle. I don't know if that's script or if that's acting. I don't know what that is. It's a mess. Add to that the fact that this character, is it Madeline? Is that her name?
Yes.
Madeline is one of my least favorite leads we've ever had. Not the actor, the character. She is insufferable. Her and that dude at the beginning of this movie, they deserve each other. Jeremy, Jason, they deserve each other. They are both insufferable human beings.
How much of that has to do with the fact that she's opinionated and you don't like opinionated
That's what it is.
women?
Yeah, of course. You know me.
Yeah.
He was saying that earlier, Aaron,
Yes,
right?
of
He was
course.
saying
That's
that
a
earlier to
big part
you
of
in
it.
particular.
This is unbelievable.
I'm not allowed to speak to Dan
Of
until
course.
spoken
Right.
to.
Yeah, I'm glad
But
we have
I'm asking you, and you know that I'm for you, and that I'm always
Yes.
cheering you on,
Yes,
and always
thank
encouraging
you.
you.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
So
do
Yeah.
that.
encouraging.
Yeah.
You really
Five.
are the
That
bright
goes for me
stars
double.
in this
3.
office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron.
She's
Sorry, Dan,
insufferable.
go ahead.
She's,
Talk about how much you hate
you're
the
fine.
women.
You gotta do what you gotta do. She's insufferable.
Yeah, we're not talking about Aaron anymore.
No. Okay.
All right.
I don't talk to Erin because she didn't speak to me, and she knows she can't do that unless she's spoken to.
That's what the law says up behind
Says it
her.
right behind her, actually. It says that. Yeah. That
Yeah.
paragraph.
There is so much about her that does not fit with the character they've drawn for her. Like being that super duper type A, super regimented, super organized. There's so much she does in this movie that doesn't fit into that camp at all. And it's almost like it's just completely on the whim of what they need the character to do. It's a poorly structured and written character, and she's awful. And everyone else doesn't fare much better. They only fare better because you don't understand them at all. At all. So the movie's a mess. I laughed a lot, but not in a fun way, in a I can't believe this is still happening way. For a movie that Brand said is middle of the pack, it features, by his own estimation, yelling at the screen numerous times, "This is the worst scene of the year." He said it over and over again, and now he's here on this program going, "This is a middle of the pack movie." He's screaming. The scene like this is the worst scene of the year.
Name
Did
one.
that happen multiple times? Or
It was-
one
no,
scene
no,
in
this-
Name
particular?
one thing. I started my review by saying it's not going to win any good awards.
But-
read
And
between
ended
the
it.
lines,
And
Dan.
ended it.
I'm being honest.
But you said middle of the pack.
For me, as far as this goes, it's going to be middle. I said it in my review.
Even
There
though
are movies.
the scene you're talking about encapsulates like probably near 10% of this movie. It felt like 100% of this movie. That by itself makes it not middle of the pack, right?
But there's just movies that I liked less because Jane Austen.
Yeah, okay, but that's like 3 movies.
Right.
Okay. So that doesn't make this middle of the pack.
I guess we'll find out.
We will.
in a couple days.
We will. This
find
movie's a mess.
Yeah. It's time for all the feels where we talk about what this movie gave us feels. Braga.
Yeah, this was my favorite karaoke scene in a movie
God.
that we've seen.
I almost like
Real? Is this the scene?
Brian, kindly
Oh, come on.
exit the
Say you're
premises.
doing-
Yeah,
Tell
thank
me
you,
you're doing
Aaron.
a bit.
Thank you, Aaron.
Tell me you're doing a bit.
I enjoyed it.
What do you mean you enjoyed it?
I feel like the
What do
music
you mean you
choices were good for the couples.
Dude, you're doing a bit.
I'm
You are
not.
trying to be as Brian. You're like, "Man, I'm filling up my Brian take and top it off." You are not. This is not real. It's not.
I
right
thought
now,
it might
now-
be the best karaoke scene in a Hallmark movie that I've seen.
You should be
And
shot on
it's
sight.
my favorite one. It didn't feel cringy or awkward like they usually do to me.
Are you kidding me?
I had a fun time. I
Just go
liked
to
it.
Brian. Just go to Brian.
Reactions anymore?
Just go to Brian. Just go to his face. Go to 1, whatever that is.
I thought it was good. I liked it. I could have used more of it.
You could have used more of it. It was insufferable.
I mean, I wish there were more people there to
What do
see
you
it.
What do you mean you liked the music choices?
gonna let Brian
Describe
take it
it.
from
They
here.
were
Describe the
doing
music.
duets,
Describe it.
old timey love songs.
So you're telling me, you're telling me you go to karaoke and 3 straight times people go on stage and do that? And you're like, yeah, give me more of that. That's what I want out of karaoke night? Are you kidding me?
I thought they did
I
a
gotta
good
be honest
job.
with you. If at Bramblefest you go up there and you try this once,
And you
so
start
help me
doing-
God, Brian,
you
if you
start
go
doing
up and
this
you
number?
try it once.
Dude, my choice would be Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin. So
Yeah.
I'm right in these.
But here's the thing is you can croon that. These 3 choices were all songs from like white people before they heard jazz. So, like it's all just like couples in a. Earlier I said Fred Astaire and Aaron was like Fred Astaire would never. Like this is terrible.
They
Brian.
were manageable songs for
They weren't
them.
manageable.
They handled them great. I thought it was fine. I had a good time with the karaoke scene. I thought it was really great. That's all I'm saying.
Sweet baby Brian.
Thank you, man.
That was also, by the way, if you didn't know, that was what Brian yelled. This
yeah,
is the worst
I
scene
picked
of
it
the
up.
year.
Of the year. That
Your Feels
Yeah.
was Brandon Gray's worst scene of the year.
somebody can dissect that.
Yeah.
we'll just keep moving on.
I still
but
think that you went, what's the most Brian thing to say in this episode? It's the karaoke was my feels. You can't have possibly done that and not thought you were going to get this reaction,
no,
right?
No, I didn't think it was this bad to everybody else. I thought it was pretty good. The karaoke usually I hate. Like it usually to me it's just so cringy. The songs are terrible. They're clearly lip syncing like horribly. This I don't know. They did it well together. It worked for me.
Be honest. Did you microdose before this movie? Be honest.
This movie.
There's no shame
have
in
a
that.
few-
Like they
few
were
drinks?
a sponsor.
I actually maybe I did. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe I had a little something.
Dude,
I
that
had
is
a long
the best
day. I had a
advertising.
long day of
That
screaming,
is the best.
screaming at my kids, and I cracked my knuckle, separating my fighting kids. So I said, you know what, tonight, let's take it easy.
That is the best ad for microdose
That might have
you've ever heard in your life.
to do with it.
Microdose gummies.
Yep.
Falling in love in Niagara works.
I don't even know if the code still works, but just put it in the description.
try
Aaron.
it.
I don't
Do
even
it
know what
anyway.
it is.
Yeah.
Do you have it close by what the code is? But it's something. We'll find it and
Yeah.
we'll let everybody know.
Works.
Sheesh.
It works.
You don't need a code.
It works. That's all you need. I have no you.
You didn't have a feels at all. The
Falls-
song, him playing guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Him
You're going to make
jamming out.
Bran implode.
I mean, the playing it is horrible, but just the song itself you didn't like that he wrote. No, you hated that. All right, I'm just throwing stuff out.
The falls were nice.
The falls were great.
Search my heart, found nothing.
Let's take a break.
Jinx.
We're back. What a time to be alive.
It's time for the Wait What Is where we talk about Brian Harold.
let's
No,
hear
it's where we talk about what in this movie. Let's go, wait, what? Brian?
Dude, how about that karaoke scene? You know what I'm saying?
It was a wait, what? I have it down here.
You do?
Yep.
Good. I can't wait to hear that.
What was it? Is what I have down.
All right, for real. Maybe. Wait, what? Maybe. So the travel company seems to be in a little financial trouble.
A little bit.
Maybe they should stop buying oversized matching leather sofas and filling their office with giant oversized furniture.
Oversized furniture for an oversized office.
Huge
These are
office.
2 people that run a fledgling travel tour guide
Yeah.
company, and they have an office that's bigger than our office. And
Now, I did have one thought on this,
Okay.
which is our main character and her sister do show up at the office for their tour. So if you have
People
a
coming,
big
sure.
tour and maybe they need to wait or something for things to get situated or they're ready
like-
to go sit down on those giant
tour,
couches.
The tour companies don't use that space as the meeting space. They pick you up. Like the whole thing about tour companies is that
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what
meeting.
that's what happened in
That's
this
the
but
movie.
you're
only-
supposed
yeah,
to
it
just
did
have a
happen,
hole in
yeah.
the wall place to run your business and answer phones. Nobody's supposed to see that.
They're doing it. They're doing it different.
different.
Man.
And by
They're doing it
different, wrong.
You come to us. We
Bankrupt.
got giant couches.
Yeah. Well, they don't actually do their job. I mean, that's different. I can get to that way what later if you don't get to it.
Touring? Yeah, they don't
Yeah, he
actually
doesn't
do
tour not one.
no,
like
not
he
one
doesn't
time.
do his job at all.
No.
Like, and if these are the only two people that are there that whole week, then of course they're losing money.
Yeah.
All kinds of it.
And she's on the tour with them a lot of the time. Like, you need to be doing other work.
Yeah.
So the tour part of it was a joke. She opens her fridge in the beginning, and she has a juice for every single day.
Here it is. Let's go. Let's talk. Go for it.
She takes what, Thursday?
She takes Thursday.
Wednesday is still...
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all still there and still made.
She didn't replace Thursday after she took it out.
She does it at night.
So she
she whips it up at night.
Yeah.
Constantly a week ahead on her drinks.
Yes.
That means when she drinks Monday, she then makes a new Monday.
Yeah.
And it sits for
It ferments for a week.
basically 7 full days.
You need it to sit there for
That is
right.
not good.
No. Just
That's
make
bad.
it. Just whip it up in a blender. I was like, what are they? I get what they're going for here, but what a weird. It just threw me off for a few minutes. I was like,
I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over my wife preps for her week every Sunday. I am married to someone like that and thankful that I am. There is no world where she is making her week's worth of stuff. And on Monday, when she uses what she made for her Monday lunch or whatever, that she replaces it.
How good is fresh juice good for? Like, if you make it in your house, how long?
The whole point is for it to be fresh. If you're
you just have
there,
it.
Yeah,
I don't know, a few days, a week, probably over a week. It's probably not going to be.
Yeah, absolutely
great.
not.
Like, but also, don't label them. Like, why are we labeling?
No.
Just have a bunch sitting in there.
I should ask Andrew Walker about that.
Yeah,
Andrew.
I wonder if he labels his juice.
he would know.
He would know.
So
There's
that
one
was
person that would know.
The one person in the whole universe. Scrolling through, she was scrolling through recent pics on her phone.
Yeah,
and
this is great.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. She gets to the first one she took of her trip with Mike, and then her last picture that she took before that was of her engagement, which was months ago,
Correct.
a year ago.
Yeah,
She
a
hasn't taken
long time ago.
She hasn't taken a single picture.
Nothing else.
She
Nothing in
hasn't
between
had a
those two.
dessert or made a cake, like anything that she's
Nothing.
want to take a pic. Are you kidding me? The sister didn't take a single picture at the wedding ceremony, but held the camera the whole time.
Yeah, at least she wasn't being paid for that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that's it for me.
Okay, so Jeremy comes in at the beginning of this movie and is like, "Where are my socks? She took the laundry without him knowing. That's great. Did the laundry, folded it. Super kind of her. He's like, where are my socks? Where are my lucky socks?
Yes.
And the first place he goes, because he sees the clothes folded, is to look through all of his pants.
The stack of pants.
Why would the socks be in the pants?
Socks wouldn't be in the pants.
These socks can't be in the pants.
Socks can't be in the
Socks
pants.
are in the socks. Socks are with socks.
Yes. Wouldn't be in the
Socks
pants.
wouldn't be in the pants.
Oh, wow.
We joked a little bit about it in the synopsis, but he does brag about getting last minute tickets to the empty Sky Wheel. The Sky Wheel couldn't be less empty. I don't know why this is like, look what I scored.
Yes.
Like, that's something you say about Bruce Springsteen tickets,
Yeah,
not the
that's right.
Sky
Or
Wheel.
Old Bon Jovi.
Yeah, old, not new Bon Jovi.
Before
Old
the
Bon
voice
Jovi.
thing. Yes, of course.
He's like, look at these. There's not a line. No one else is there at the Sky Wheel.
You can't score last minute Sky Wheel tickets. It's impossible. That sentence is not fact. It's you can't do it.
Right.
They're not last. They're always either it's open or it's closed. It's not a concert. It's open every day.
Yes.
There is no last minute. There is no score. It's just
I purchased them.
I got us some
Just
tickets
now,
to the
actually.
Sky Wheel. That's
I
all you
went
got to
over.
say.
I saw
we
there
can move
was
forward.
I saw there was no line. I walked
What
over
if we go to the Sky
I
Wheel?
walked over and I got tickets. And here they are in my hand.
I scored last
I
minute.
scored them.
I scored
them.
last minute tickets.
Open
I
mic.
scored them because I was wide open. There was no
open
one
mic.
Him
in my
saying
vicinity.
last minute implies that normally you have to get a reservation.
Yeah.
For, normally you got to months in advance.
I know a guy. I did a tour for
Sky
him.
Wheel. I scalped some Sky Wheel boys.
Johnny Skywheel.
Paid
Johnny
triple.
Sky-
Don't worry about it.
So-
Found him on StubHub. What are you talking about?
So
it's a freaking Sky Wheel, man.
This is what you tell the tourists.
That's right,
They
yeah.
don't need to know.
they're on the Skywheel.
Oh, this is a classic.
And Madeline's sister and other guy are putt-putting down below on the ground.
Yes.
Not in Skywheel. And they look up and they see that
No tickets.
Skywheel has stopped moving. Skywheel is now stopped moving.
That's right.
And her sister says, "Oh no, my sister's always been scared of getting stuck on top of a ride." What an interesting way to say she's afraid of heights.
Yeah.
It is such a specific thing to say.
And also,
Oh no,
if
my sister's always been afraid of getting stuck.
she
on
has
top
a
of rides.
lifelong fear of getting stuck on top
Yeah.
of a ride, why did she get on the ride?
He scored these precious tickets.
He scored the tickets. And
Can't go
also, they're not stuck. The thing about a Skywheel is that when you come down, you got to get off of the thing, right? So it stops constantly.
Right.
There's no stuck. It is that whole scene is beyond like absurd.
There's
It's
no
crazy.
stuck. There's no stuck.
But Brian loved it.
Thought it was
One of the
thoughtful.
best of the year.
He does say it would be unethical for him to have a crush on a client, and like, is there an ethics board for the tourism
Yes.
committee? Like,
Yeah.
he's never had a crush on someone he's given
Very
a tour
professional.
to.
Very professional.
It's not even like to have a relationship. It would be unethical to have even a crush on someone that he's giving a tour to. The karaoke scene, as
That Brian
you said,
loves
was
his
great.
feels.
One of my
It didn't
favorites.
bother you at all that the stage monitors were behind them facing outwards. So there would definitely be
Hey, how
mic
about this
feedback.
guy with a
Feedback.
stage monitor
Mad
joke?
feedback.
This
Mad
stage
feedback. It didn't bother you at all?
Yeah.
No, and the nice thing is once again, the mics were not plugged in, and I know it doesn't bother people, but when you can sit if it's a wireless mic, great, but if you can see the bottom and you see the prongs at the bottom, it's
it
a
in.
corded mic.
Yeah.
Just plug in a cord.
Yeah, you should.
Plug in a cord. Just what, Aaron? What?
I wanted you to mute Dan's
Wow.
mic.
Oh, thank you.
You like
Sorry.
that he's
I'm
yelling
sorry.
at you over there?
I just feel attacked. I
Mr.
feel
Support
attacked.
over here.
Man.
Mr. Support.
I feel attacked. No,
Mr.
thank you for
You
speaking
champion.
up.
You can mute
Aaron,
me.
thank you for speaking up and
You
never
can,
never stop speaking up.
You can mute.
Except when
you
he's
can
yelling
mute
at
me.
you.
I'm going to take a quick nap until sound check. Wait, what's are done over there?
Last but not
Okay,
least,
wait.
go ahead.
So you're fine. You're going to be upset about Bran talking about some actual technical difficulties, but you're not going to sleep through Brian's love for the karaoke
I
scene?
couldn't. I was too shocked.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like trying to sleep through a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
just like I couldn't
Whatever.
believe it.
I feel like if
couldn't
you're going to
believe it.
give some Brian some grace, you should give Bran some grace.
I didn't give Brian any grace. I gave him
you,
a lot
Aaron.
of flack.
Yeah, I caught a lot there.
Last but not
I
least,
stood behind and beside
People in
and
the
next
chat
to
were
it.
also bothered by the mics, so
Thank you.
that's
The
why
lead,
Bran's here.
Mike? The lead?
Yeah, the whole mic,
All of it, all the
mic,
mics.
open
All the
mic,
mics?
mic
Open
is
mic.
open.
Mic is open. Monitors the wrong way. Plug
Last
it in.
but not
It's
least-
not wireless.
You know what? I'll just save it for what the Hallmark. Ben?
Madeline, who supposedly is so rigid,
I kid. You're
good
doing a
one.
great
It's
job.
good.
It's good.
is so rigid and is playing everything to the hilt, is planning her honeymoon for the first time 5 weeks before they get married. 5 weeks. As someone who is not regimented like Madeline, I would have planned my honeymoon, I don't know, 3 or 4 months early, at least. She is 5 weeks out doing this in a rush. That is crazy. That does not fit her personality at all. It's absurd. This guy's playing guitar on a bench right by Niagara Falls and wants some peace and quiet. I don't know what you want from me, buddy. You picked maybe the loudest bench in all of that area of Canada. You could go to any other bench that's not right by the biggest waterfall in the country. Could help you there. I may need some help from my photography friends here. All I know is this, is when I got married, we paid our photographer $2,500 in 2006. And that was for one day. That was for one day of taking pictures and then all of the development and touch-ups and everything else, right?
Touch up is where they spend
Yeah, that's
most
a lot of time. For
money.
me, are you kidding me right now? This person offers $5,000 for 5 full days of photography. And the sister Harley is like, that's just so much money. That's a ripoff. That is 5 full days of you taking pictures all day. That's where your work begins. Not like if you have $5,000 just for the 60 hours you worked in those 5 days, okay, fine. That's not bad, I guess. But a photographer charges based upon all the work they have to do after the pictures have been taken. I can't imagine a professional photographer taking that kind of money. Excuse me.
No, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Trace. Appreciate that. Both Trace and Rig this week. Trace, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Good. Glad. Anything else?
I'm having my bar mitzvah.
Your what?
My bar mitzvah.
About time.
I don't know if I want to ask any more questions.
You shouldn't.
What's the theme?
What? No, Brian. What is it you're having? And don't just say that again. What is it that you're having?
I realize I've gone too far.
Yeah.
I've said too much.
Thank you. That's Trace. For those of you that
Speaker
are on
Steve
Pilot.
said I can't say anything
Speaker
else.
Steve probably wise on his part.
Very wise.
First
man.
Baptist Lilies. Shout out.
First Baptist.
A lot of people said it wouldn't make it this long. COVID,
The economy.
the economy. Thank you.
Anything else, Trace?
Those two things sounds like.
I was offended by the montage in this movie.
Red Lobster can't even make it anymore.
Yep, they can't. They went bankrupt. That's exactly
Not
right.
First
time.
Baptist Lily.
Not First Baptist Lily. But they're a
Thriving.
non-profit, so.
They
Thriving.
don't need the profit.
We're up to 17 people.
It's thriving. Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
That's no problem. I was offended by the montage of this movie. They've known each other for a week, and we got a montage of that week. That's it. That was that. Like, you can't montage a week. Like, it's a week. You just met. There's just not. It's all of it. You can't do that. Someone does say this line, and I know it made sense in the movie. I just felt like this line needs to be repeated. I can't do this right now. I'm supposed to go to my tour guide's open mic night. And that is you. This is someone you don't know well enough.
Yeah, out of context, it's a little weird.
To call by their name. Listen, I can't do this right now. I'm supposed to go to my tour guide's open mic night. Okay? That is a big deal. Trust me. My tour guide doesn't just open mic night all the time. It's a big deal. This marriage is wild. Brand covered in the synopsis. It's wild. The guy who is supposed to be nautical because we put an anchor on his lapel here. What a time. You're getting married and it's supposed to be a nautical themed marriage, wedding, but it's on land. I'm very, very confused. All aboard for marriage, but they don't get on board a ship of any kind. It was wild out there. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark. That's where we wonder what could have been, maybe having some clarity. Any questions that we still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about, buddy?
So yeah, the coloring in this movie, the color of the shirts, the color of the accessories, the background, there was a lot of yellow and blue and red and orange. Primarily, I noticed yellow and blue more than anything, and it seemed like multiple scenes in a row, Mike was wearing just a yellow shirt. And I'm like, again with the yellow shirt.
A lot of yellow shirts.
So my theory on it is that I don't know how close this could be, but the only possible tie I could find was Masha, who played Harley, the sister. She immigrated to Canada during the Yugoslav War, and so
Is this serious?
Yeah,
like
no, real deal.
She really did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her family, they immigrated as refugees during the war. And my only thought was maybe it's a Ukraine show of support for refugees. And so a lot of blue and yellow. That's all I could think of was they're showing support.
You think this movie that Hallmark showed on Saturday night is making a political statement?
I think it's just she went through this experience and she was like, there's a lot of people going through this. I want to let them know I'm thinking of them, type of thing. And that's the only thing I could think that was like a reasonable explanation, other than just like you said, we're just gonna pick a palette of colors and use it, and that's all. There was just so much blue and yellow that I'm like, this has to be something like a show of support.
Cool if
Something
true.
like that.
Let's
Yeah.
cut to Brand trying to move as far away from you as possible.
Offended.
Cool if true.
Right on. Love
What
it.
was Trace talking about earlier? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Apparently, we can't get into it.
Yeah.
But I believe First Baptist Lily is having.
Thriving.
I don't want to. I don't know why you would do this, Brand.
Never mind. My What the Hallmark is, you mentioned the wedding, Dan, and just how the wedding was weird in general. I do need to. Something's off about these two individuals that got married. Mm-hmm. There's a lot off about them, but in particular, if you are going to have a private, small wedding ceremony at Niagara Falls with a captain on land, you don't invite two random people that you just met. You don't.
No.
You just don't, because it's a private. You've told friends, family, don't come.
Right.
It's just the two of us. Because that's the only thing I can assume, seeing as how there were no friends and family at the wedding. They must not, they must have wanted it to be a private thing. And now they had invitations made, which means they went to a place, had invitations made for no one else other than these two people. It's the only two people that were invited to the wedding are Madeline and Mike over there.
Mike.
Jason?
But if I just want to throw a scenario at you. Let's just say hypothetically, you guys are at Niagara Falls. You meet a couple, and you have a good time. Then you go open mic, you do karaoke.
Yeah,
they
of
hand you a
course.
wedding invitation.
Yeah.
And you go, all right, well, I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
In the scenario where you go, if you walk up and you see that no one is there, are you sticking around? Or are you like, oh no, these people are killers? Like, I think I'm walking up and going, ooh, this might not end well for me.
Well, if
they might have invited me here to kill me.
If they didn't make any mention of it, like this was supposed to be a private wedding, but we'd love for you to come.
They handed them invitations, which imply we sent out invitations,
That's right.
which they clearly didn't do.
But they just hired a photographer like while they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not attend. It's just pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that
would not attend.
And I wouldn't share a dinner table with people, which I forgot about that happened in this movie, where you walk into a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, we don't have room for you," and they're like, "You can join us." Are you kidding me?
No, I'm good.
So I'm not going to their dinner table or their wedding.
You either do private Niagara Falls wedding, or you do a full wedding. You don't do a private one and say, "Let's invite the two people from the thing."
Yeah.
Let's do that. Like, we'll go whip up some invites real quick.
Yeah.
We'll whip them up.
Print
We'll hand
those
them to
things
them,
out.
and we'll have a good time.
Yeah, that's why there were no photos being taken. They're like, we cannot have evidence.
The
that
photographer
we had-
that they hired for $1,000 a day decided the wedding is not the time when they want pictures.
No.
There's no way.
They'll remember.
They were
It's fine.
scary. They were. I don't know about them. I don't know about them. Is all I'm saying. We did everybody. Congratulations, Dan. Did you go?
I didn't go, but thanks, Brian. I appreciate.
I just
you
realized
not
it.
acknowledging.
No,
me
I
at all.
just
It's
did.
fine.
I literally
it's
just
fine.
did.
We also have Double Decker of the week, so there's a lot happening. That
Yeah,
you just missed
I was
altogether.
excited about. No, I was excited about Double Decker. That's what I was trying to get to.
We'll just say I went.
We did it. Falling in
Did
love
do it.
in Niagara. Cyber Double Decker of the Week is where we talk about somebody who signed up for Brooklyn Gym Plus at the Double Decker tier or higher. Brian, you've been given the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. And you do a lot of research on these people. A little bit too much sometimes, not enough other times.
Others, yeah.
Let's find out what we have in store for us today. Dan, who do we have?
This week's Double Decker is Karen Scanlon.
Oh,
Karen
boy.
Scanlon.
Yeah, Karen is really doing what this country has always done. You know how, like, in the United States, we take things from around
There's
the world.
so many things running through my head. I'm not going to say because of Karen.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
It's fine. We'll get there.
Racism?
No,
Colonizing?
no, guys. You know, like around the world, people will do things, and in the United States, we just like do it, make it a little
We
better.
take it and we put
do
our
it
own
better.
American
we make
spin
it a little
on it.
better.
That's
Like,
right.
Soccer,
What have we changed about soccer?
education.
Yeah, what have we changed
What have
about
we
soccer?
changed? What have we done better about education?
Those are two really interesting.
Pizza
like
would be a good one.
railroads, all the things we just do.
Railroads.
No, some things we'll
What
take
did
and
we
we
do
put our
different
spin
with
on
railroads?
them. We just don't have them, really.
We
It's-
have more railroads than. We don't have electric rails.
No,
you're
we don't
right.
have the
like
fast rail, the
we don't have the
speed.
fast rails.
So,
Yeah,
but
don't
we
basically-
put our spin on stuff and we make it our own. And so Karen saw an opportunity.
I
here.
agree with you. I want to be clear, but the examples you've given, I don't agree with you.
Is it just that we call
Soccer?
football soccer?
Yeah.
Is that the spin?
That was the spin.
Oh, okay,
That's the
I
spin.
got you.
But there is
Football.
one thing
Yes.
Karen saw happening, probably over in Europe. I think she spent some time there. Everybody knows that about Karen. Where she said, I'm going to take this back to the United States and do the U.S. thing with it. Make it a
Okay.
lot better.
All right.
And so
Great.
In England, you're familiar, the tea time, right?
Tea
You-
time.
Tea
Yes,
time, you do a little
classic.
thing. She said, in the United States, I got this great idea. We're going to start tea and crumpets.
Tea
in
and
the United
crumpets.
States,
In the United
the American
States.
way. And so this is a little cultural thing she's kicking off here. We're going to do some tea and crumpets.
Brand doesn't look like he trusts you. What's the?
It's pretty straightforward. We're just going to have some tea.
Yeah.
You get your biscuit and your cookie.
Yeah.
You eat it off the little napkin, your
Yeah.
doily, what have you. Afterwards, you brush your crumbs right into the pile, create your crumb pit, and you've had tea and crumpets.
Nice.
Because you know this, in England, the crumbs are everywhere. Like, what are we doing? It's such a waste. And so Karen said, we're going to collect these. We're going to do something good with them, just like we've done with everything else.
What are they doing good with the crumbs?
Well, that's up
What's
to...
the crumb pit do?
This is what I think we're actually going to be able to vote on this.
Bacteria starting to grow in there and stuff?
The upcoming election. No,
It's going to be a proposition.
It's actually, one of the ideas was as an apology to England for spilling all that tea a long time ago. Maybe we just dump all these crumbs on England.
You think something that America does
gonna
is
apologize for it?
Maybe we do it better than anybody. So tea and crumpets, a little revolutionary idea from Karen here, a little spin on.
We are creating a pit
made of crumbs.
Of the crumbs.
How big a pit we talking?
It's gonna get pretty big. We're gonna need to figure that out. Actually, that's part of the problem.
Well, we've gotten the trash situation figured out, so I'm sure we'll figure this out.
What's a few crumbs on top of the trash?
In the chat, somebody said, "Yeah, it's a lot like rigged cigarette. It's like the butts out."
That's right along the lines there.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. We'll be back tomorrow. We got a big now that we've done it. Technically, there is another movie in April, but we're talking about it in May. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, preview episodes and ranking episodes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're gonna rank the movies so far. That's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Until then, actually, One Calls the Hearts tomorrow. I spoke at this.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The Brandon Jam Podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.